Welcome back to Oulton Park. You haven't missed anything because still in front is the championship leader Alex Martin, but the Riley TDC Mark 22 of Nigel Mustel putting him under big pressure. Ian Logie back in third place. Now the Riley comes offline, looks down the inside, and I think Martin's in him. Alex Martin's in him, goes wide into the corner. Wasn't room to go past there. Down into the avenue. The Riley's still behind, and Alex Martin holds on. Here's his dad, Rupert Martin, still putting pressure on Seamus Jennings. Some real superb racing right the way down the field, and he's through. Nigel Mustel through, takes the lead. So the leader of GTO becomes the leader of the race now. Alex Martin in GTC, down to second overall. Still got those championship points in mind, of course, for class. And it's going to be a maximum score in class if he can keep the car running to the end. But to my money, it looks like Ian Logie, who's the leader in GTB, is closing up in his Porsche 997 GT3. And off goes Seamus Jennings. Seamus Jennings goes off, and there's proof of it. Rupert Martin was back in front. Sean Winder goes past. So Rupert Martin, I suspect, may well have lost just a little bit of momentum there. This is the replay. He went through, no, he didn't lose momentum. He went through on the inside. Seamus Jennings, there is Seamus running. So the two were having a hearty old battle. Goes off at Island Corner. Seamus Jennings sadly into retirement. That might have phased Rupert a little bit, which is why perhaps we saw Sean Winder go through. Now Ian Logie once again setting the pace. Whenever you put him in a car in the GT Cup, he seems to be a top gun. He's had fastest lap. I'm trying to work out whether anybody else has had fastest lap in every race they've done. Admittedly, this is only Ian's fourth race in the championship this year, but he's got fastest lap again in Class B, so significant time for him. As we look at Paul Fleury, still running well. Then 77 Jeff Wyatt in the BMW M3, and Dan Stringfellow off. The championship leader of Class B goes off into the gravel. I think he's kept the car running, so the BMW M3 GTR will get back onto circuit. He runs in GTB. Jeff Wyatt, of course, running in GTA, so probably easy to make comparisons between the BMWs, but Sean Winder goes through, followed by Rupert Martin. So Rupert, having spent the first part of the race looking at the back end of a red Ferrari, has now got to do it all again. And they did manage to effect the pass on Seamus. So the white and green Porsche of Ian Dockerell at the moment leading Mike Donovan in 46, who's running second in GTB. Ian Dockerell running in GTO and second in class at the moment. And as you can see, the race leaders very much together now, all three cars together and getting involved in traffic. Matt Chamberlain's Lotus Elise pulls over. Matt running in GTA, 8th position in class at the moment, and we'd probably expect the car to be lapped, so no disgrace at all to the Lotus, which is continuing to perform well. Remember how well we saw that car going in the wet earlier on in the season, picking up some very good class wins. And fastest lap, incidentally, in the second event. Oh, what a shame. Off is Ross McEwen, who joins the championship this weekend in his Porsche 996. Ross, the reigning Scottish Formula Ford 1600 champion. Wonderful to see him coming up and racing in GTs, but sadly his debut curtailed. As we look at Chris Dockerell having a race with Peter Jennings. Peter Jennings in the white Ferrari, but we go back to the other significant white car in the race. Nigel Mustel again. Now he's free of the traffic, getting away from Alex Martin. Ian Logie challenging hard in the GTB class Porsche 997, still running hard. Now Nigel Mustel, the three cars you're looking at, unsurprisingly, have all got fastest lap in their respective classes. Paul Fleury, who leads GTA, has got the fastest lap in GTA in the Ginetta G50 as well. But it looks like things now relatively settled in this race. So challenge on here, 35 Chris Bentley challenging hard and trying to pass Jeff Wyatt, and he's gone through. Up ahead of them Paul Fleury. Through come some of the lead cars. Chris Dockerell makes his way past the little Lotus once again. Peter Jennings in white still running well. Peter running in a good healthy position at the moment, as to is Chris Dockerell. Across the line they go. So Jennings in the 458 GTC, Chris Dockerell running in GTO. Car's getting closer and closer on circuit, so we'll see what Chris Dockerell can do. Certainly hounding him at the moment. The GTO car putting the pressure on as they come down through Cascades once again onto Lakeside. Now here's Rupert Martin about to have a go, and he's through on the inside of Sean Winder. Great move by Rupert Martin, certainly getting his value for money and giving us terrific action as well, and makes the pass. So Sean Winder pass, that's I think 9th place now for Rupert Martin, so working very hard indeed in terms of GTC, running 3rd in class. There's the 2nd place car in GTC, the white Ferrari of Peter Jennings. Peter taking a few points away from Rupert Martin, but I think 2nd place in the championship for Rupert, probably intact at the moment. Chris Dockerell still putting the pressure on, looks at the outside line as they come down to Hislops. Too far back to do anything on this occasion, out of Knickerbrook. So through Knickerbrook now, and then the climb up Clay Hill and towards Druids Corner, and look at that, Dockerell all over the back, and in fact to the outside line, still challenging hard, but can't go through Druids Corner, under the Paul Warwick Bridge and up towards Lodge Corner, the last corner on the track. And at the moment Peter Jennings still holding on to it, just looking in the distance to see whether we can see the likes of Will Goff and Peter Jennings up front. No, we can't. So Dockerell looks to the inside line and goes through. Good manoeuvre down into Old Hall Corner. The GTO car passes the GTC. So Paul Fleury still in the mix. And 77 Jeff Wyatt running strongly in GTA. Paul Fleury still out front. And Chris Bentley in the Porsche, so looking at 1st, 2nd and 3rd at the moment in GTA. On off! After all the hard work, Chris Dockerell has an off. He's going to rejoin. And that was a very quick recovery from Chris Dockerell. I think he's maybe lost 2 or 3 places. And look how far the other cars are up the road. So Dockerell now, that's effectively going to be his battling over, I think, for the rest of the race. There is Ian Dockerell running at the moment in 4th, and he's caught Ian Loggy. So GTO Porsche catching GTB Porsche in the closing stages of the race. Ian Dockerell running well. Interesting to see how the cars, some cars seem to come on song later in the race. It's very hot and sticky out there. Oh, now has Dockerell got a problem? Well, he's lost a little bit of time there, and you can see how far he's dropped back on Ian Loggy. It's still Nigel Musto out front in the Riley. Alex Martin in 2nd place, the yellow Ferrari, followed by Ian Loggy. There's Ian in car number 24, who is going to bag another fastest lap. I can't see anyone beating that, so it's going to be 4 out of 4 for him. So up the hill they come. Sean Winder now still chasing Rupert Martin, and into Shell Oil's corner they go, and coming out of there. So Rupert being put under pressure by the GTO specification 430 down into Britain's. There you go. But out front, Nigel Mustill is about to lap Chris Bentley in the Porsche. So it comes out of Lodge Corner through Dearly, blue flags being waved, and up across the line to take the win. Nigel Mustill takes another win. This time it's championship points because he's fully fledged in GTO. So an overall win for Nigel Mustill, gets fastest lap 2, GTC win and 2nd place to Alex Martin, followed by GTB winner Ian Loggy. Ian Dockerell is 4th, he is 2nd in GTO. Mike Donovan 2nd in GTB takes 5th ahead of Peter Jennings. Will Goff 7th and Chris Dockerell in 8th. The GTA win going to Paul Fleury in the Ginetta in 11th place.
Paul, congratulations, winner of the GTA class. Just what was it like out there? Track temperatures were soaring, weren't they?
It was incredibly hot inside in the cab, but I had a pretty lonely race. Once I got away from the start, I had a bit of a battle with some people in the class in front, but apart from that, I always knew I was in front of who I needed to be in front of, so near the end it was really hot, the tyres were going off, so I just didn't want to damage the car, so yeah, it was quite an easy race.
Nigel, congratulations, great start. A little battle there with Alex, but you managed to tip him in the end.
Yeah, I'm always a bit slow to get the tyres warm, but we've got a bit of heat into them. Obviously the track's hotter, so that helped, and just reeled them in slowly, and yeah, just managed to slide by, and they're very clean drivers, so it was no contact. It was great.
Alex, congratulations, great race for you. Couldn't quite catch the Riley there in the end though, could you?
No, and it's an awesome machine, and yeah, I'll do better next time.
And what's the Ferrari like at Oulton Park? It's quite a difficult circuit, isn't it, if you haven't been here before?
Well, I haven't been here for 2 years, but before that I've done a fair few laps, put it that way. But yeah, we made some setup changes. We didn't quite get it right, but I think that's the risk you take when you don't do practice.
Ian, winner of your class, under very difficult conditions it seems, but you tried to catch them in the end, but you just couldn't quite get there throughout that traffic, could you?
Yeah, no, it was very difficult. The other two cars have got a bit more horses than me, so they were really fast in a straight line. So I thought I was going to catch them in the traffic, and a couple of times got close to Alex, but never quite managed it. But who knows what can happen in the next race. It's very, very hot out there. By the time you get in 15-20 minutes, you start seeing other people make some mistakes. Not to say I didn't make them, I made a few.